Boy, are we talking about a big one today. I'm talking about like a really, really big one. But first I gotta get one thing off my chest. Heart stars, horseshoes, clovers, and blue moons. Blue moons, blue moons, blue moons, blue moons. Blue dudes, pots of gold and rainbows, and me red balloons. Okay, I mean, you can just use the red faction as the red balloons. You get the idea. That's right, I'm talking about Scythe. And I've even got the first expansion that they came out with, Invaders from Afar. And yeah, this game is currently, it's held its spot at 7 in the top games on Board Game Geek. It's looking at it right now, it says it's at rank 8 with overall average score of 8.3. And before I got the game, I thought, oh, it looks like an interesting game, but was it really just kind of hyped up to the top 10 category in Board Game Geek, or was it really worth it? And then, thankfully, I got the game. Like I said, I got the expansion. I even got the metal coins, which, let's be honest, I mean, they made like 3 or 4 million on Kickstarter. They could have put these in the game. If Scythe can do it, so can you, Scythe. So can you. But I digress. I mean, they did come out with an amazing game. Every expansion that I've seen so far adds a little something new to the game, and they're just very good quality pieces. There's the black mech. I don't know if you can see that easily, but then here's one. There's the purple mech from the expansion, Invaders from Afar, and it's just they're just very well done, very beautiful. Now, I'm not much for painting my miniatures. I don't really care to do it, but I've heard that these things look pretty amazing when they're painted. I actually just got finished playing a single-player version of it with the Automa rules, and boy, did it kick my butt. I could have made it easier on myself, but I said, nah, I've played this game before, I know what I'm doing. And, well, the guys who invented the Automa were smarter than me, at least in this one. But I love how each of the meeples are different depending on what faction they're in. See, there's the difference between these two. And I've got some blue ones out over here from the, the Blue Moon, Blue Dude joke. And every single one of them look different. It just adds a little bit of nuance to the game. A little bit of uniqueness. And then there is the artwork to the game, which is also quite beautiful. And now, beautiful artwork doesn't make a great game, but it certainly doesn't hurt. And then there's, oh man, I really love the factory card art. Like this one right here. I don't even care if it has anything to do with the abilities. It's just really nice looking. These diesel punk kind of contraptions that they're coming up with are just really nice. I like the idea of these rustic metal lumbering mechs walking all over the place, not just being used for combat, but being used for just general travel and building and all this other kind of stuff. Like, oh man, that's just beautiful right there. And I've had a chance to play now with the single player variant and with 4 players on the board, and I can safely say that this is a good game. I'm quite pleased with it. And there's the metal money versus the cardboard money. They did a really good job on it. It's a little overpriced depending on where you get it, though. And there's some more. And, I'd always heard that, hey, this isn't a combat game. This is a worker placement area control game, and it is very much so. Resource management. But just looking at the detail in it, and on the other side of the board, you've got the half of the large board, which I don't even think would fit on my table. All the characters are very well done. Then you've got the resource trays. And the first time I played it, I only got to play it with one other player, and it was okay. I would say to get the maximum enjoyment out of this, you definitely want to have the maximum number of players, at least I'd say 4 to 5. With the expansion, you can go as high as 6 or 7. I don't know if that would be enjoyable, but I can safely say that the rounds are very quick. I mean, looking at one of the players' boards, you've got this top row action and a bottom row action, and well, the top row actions really don't take that long. You've got the production here, which is clearly marked. Once you understand all the symbols, it's very easy to understand. You've got the cost in red and the benefits in green. So you've got the produce action, you pay strength and popularity, gain resources and extra resources for your windmill if you've got it built, and I had mine built. Then you've got your move actions. Oh, do you upgrade it? Well, now you can move 3 players instead of 2. And then you move it down here to make something cheaper. And then that's another thing, is that every board, every player board, is slightly different. I'm going to grab a couple of them here. So you can see on the top of the player board that the top row actions are actually shuffled on the top. Like here is the produce on this side, but here's the produce down here. But the bottom row actions are in the exact same space, but their cost and reward may be different. This one over here always costs 2. Doesn't ever change. This one here starts off costing 3, but if you place a cube there with an upgrade action, now it just costs 2. So it's very well balanced and adds a little bit of diversity to the game, because each faction also has their own special abilities as well. And I especially love that the way you get these abilities is by producing mechs, and when you uncover one, you get that ability, and you get to choose which one that you want to start with. Usually, most people like to go for some kind of ability to cross rivers or something, but that's not the only way to cross rivers, because you've also got the mine shaft or the horseshoe. They can also give you an early ability to cross the rivers. And then they were able to take it a step further. Like I said, I was just playing the single-player version, and they came up with the single-player automa, or the automation. And it actually turns out to be pretty good. I mean, I was scratching my head the entire time trying to figure out how I could beat it, and I honestly didn't. It kicked my butt. But there are ways to adjust its difficulty. I played it on normal. There is the very hard mode, which allows it to always cross the river, and it gains stars quicker. And then there's the easy mode, which keeps it from crossing the river as the longest and takes the longest to get stars. So, as I said before, it actually is a pretty good single-player game, and I really like it with maybe 4 to 5 players. 2 to 3, it's not going to be bad. You're not going to get that combat feel as much, and like it was explained to me earlier, this isn't so much a combat game. This is a game with combat in it. But come on, you've got these awesome mechs with guns all over them. They're just itching for a fight. They want to fight each other. You've got to get into combat at some point in the game. But yes, I really enjoy this game. Couldn't tell you if it deserves to be in the top 10 on Board Game Geek, but I can safely say that this is becoming one of my favorite games, and the more that I play this, the more diverse I see it getting, and the more fun I have with it. So if you aren't too sure about this game, if you're still kind of skeptical, but you like the artwork and you like the diesel punk kind of feel to it, well then maybe find somebody who's got the game, play test it with them. Make sure you've got as many players as you can get on the board. And if you've got Scythe and you don't have the Invaders from Afar expansion, I highly recommend that you also go for that. The Invaders from Afar expansion just adds a little bit more diversity to it, and heck, it just kind of taunts you anyway by having the 2 faction symbols already printed on the board, just itching to be used. So those are my thoughts on Scythe and its expansion and the single-player variant of it. Hope you enjoyed this video of Josh's Tabletop Talk. Like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitter and Facebook. And check out the links at the end of this video. Thanks for watching.